guys, welcome back. So in this video we're going to be giving you an overview of HostRooster.com, which is an online freelance digital marketplace. Kind of like a digital marketplace, kind of like Amazon if you like. HostRooster is the Amazon of digital services online, and that you buy tailored services, primarily tailored services, which are listed under our services categories, and those services are delivered within a set time period, usually anything from 1 to 30 days. But also you are as customers able to find freelancers and also ask for custom offers tailored to your business needs. So it's a really great platform in terms of getting things done quickly. In terms of the price point, you will find services on HostRooster way cheaper than going individually to most specialists out there. So the price point is usually a good selling point for most buyers. So what is HostRooster? HostRooster is the world's work marketplace. It serves everyone from one-person startups to over 30% of the Fortune 100 with a powerful, trust-driven platform that enables companies and talent to work together in new ways to unlock their potential. One of the cool things about HostRooster that I really like is the pecking order. It's a system, a framework, if you like, that has been set up for freelancers, and it enables you to work your way from the beginning. So if we go down to the pecking order level system, you start off as a hatchling, right? And you can work your way all the way up to a master crested champion. And each time you move to a different level, for example, when you start, you pay registration, you pay fees on orders, so that's a percentage of your total orders. You pay a fee on that of anywhere between 18 to 20%. So if that were £10, you'd pay £2, roughly on the £10 that you've from services that you've sold on the platform. When you get all the way up to Master Crested Champion, for example, that fee goes down to as low as 10%. And then the top level, which is level 3, Top Supreme Roost, this is the highest status, and you're able to get just pay a minimal 5% fee for orders over 40, for example. So each level comes with its benefits, and so far we've had a lot of good feedback from freelancers in relation to this, because a lot of the other platforms out there, they're usually around the 20% mark, which is fairly high if you're bringing in consistent orders and high volume orders as well. And we want to give back to our freelancers. We want to ensure that you can make a good living. We want to ensure that you're just not a number on this platform, that you are a partner in what you're doing with us. And that's why we've listened to our freelancers. We've spent time talking to them, and we're very open to suggestions, to ideas, in order to improve the platform, to make it a welcome place for not only freelancers but also the buyers that buy the services from you. And I think if we grow in that way, that everybody benefits, and everybody's happy, and people can make an honest living, and that's what we're all about. The other thing to mention on this video is that we have a policy of buying from within our own marketplace as an organization, and so when we make profit, for example, and we need, for example, local services for our own organization, or SEO services, or link building services, or marketing services, we will purchase those services from our freelancers. The only exception is that if the service isn't available on our own platform, that we may go outside. But the large majority of the time, 95% of the time, we buy from our own platform. And that's something that we really believe in. It's something that we thought about from the beginning. We want to see our freelancers doing as well as possible, and we want to ensure that the income flow stays within, as much as possible, stays within our own organization and with our freelancers. So that's something that we really do believe in. It's a core policy, and it's one of our fundamental beliefs systems that make us stand out from some of the rest of the platforms out there. Okay, so any other things? Just working through the front page. So in terms of you being a freelancer, or in terms of you being a buyer in search of the perfect job service, there's 4 stages. It's find your ideal service on the platform. The next thing you want to do is leave your brief in terms of your expectations in relation to delivering the service. The third thing is answer any questions that the freelancer may have. And once the freelancer has delivered the service, which you will receive notification of, you review it, and then you basically prove the service as delivered, at which point our freelancer will get paid. So it's a controlled service, and it's meant to safeguard you as buyers, and also safeguard our freelancers by ensuring that we have payment, and it's already on hold, ready to be paid to them once they complete their services. And the reason why we ask for both freelancers and buyers to always communicate via the platform is because it makes it way easier at the end if somebody is unhappy, that we can look over the history and see what has gone on. But 90% of the time that doesn't happen, and everybody is happy. So going down in terms of freelancers and side hustles that people want to deliver in order to earn extra income as well as making a living, it's very easy to signing up is a breeze, and it's free. And setting up a service is easy peasy. Once you've submitted your service and it's been approved by the HostRooster team, it's a case of basically waiting for buyers to come in and to purchase your service. But you can also market your own service via social media, via your channels, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and some of the newer platforms out there like Threads. We actively market your service for you, but we encourage you to market your own service in order to gain more customers. More customers, more reviews means more customers. So we actively market your services for you, but we have an expectation that you do the same, because we're working together as partners after all. Okay, so if you haven't already got an account, you need to register one here. You need to choose a username. You can't change that, so choose something that represents you as a freelancer or as a buyer. Your email address, password, confirm password, and select your user type. So as I said, if you're a seller, then you want to select this option. You can still buy things on the platform, but the only main difference between these two is that when you register as a seller, you're listed on our directory. When you register as a buyer, you're not, for information, data protection purposes. But a buyer can become a seller. A seller cannot usually revert to being a buyer on this platform. Once you become a buyer, there is a link within your profile where you can click and apply to become a seller. Okay, and of course you need to agree to our terms of service and privacy policy. Another way to register, which is quick and easy peasy, is registering via Facebook, Google, some of these other platforms that we have listed here. Is way easier. If you're already logged in, you basically click and it will auto log you into HostRooster. If you already have an account, then it's just a case of logging in with your email and password or a social network that you've already registered with. Up here you see this little button called, this is basically currencies. At the moment we have USD, GBP and Euros. We could expand that, and we can, the platform allows that, but that will be upon receiving prompts from freelancers or annual buyers requesting us to do that, because like I said, we usually change things or adapt the platform in relation to your feedback. So if there's a currency that you want to see that isn't listed, let us know. Leave us some feedback. This is a feedback button. It can be found anywhere on the site. It makes it easy peasy for you to get in contact with us and send us a message. Once you've typed something out there, it will list out some messages, like for example, what is HostRooster? If I send that, it will give you some instant replies, but if not, you can skip and send us a message directly and we'll get back to you. But please do remember to leave an email address, otherwise we can't get back to you. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I am now going to log in using an email address that I have previously registered before. Let's check if that works. Nope. Okay, we're in. Okay, so now we're in. I've previously registered as a seller. So the view for the seller and the buyer is slightly different. So now I'll explain some of the differences in a second. One of the major differences is that as a seller, not a buyer, as a seller, you can post services, right? I've just clicked on that button there, but I'm going to go back. Really quick to do so, and it's intuitive. But you can also post a job. And on the buy, if you register as a buyer, this is the only button you'll see, post a job button, that allows you to post a brief, post a job, in order to receive basically quotes from basically freelancers on the platform. It enables you to post a brief, tailored brief to what you need doing, and get quotes back from freelancers on the platform. And most of the time, sellers won't need to use this, as it's mainly for employers. They'll use the post a service button. I'll just click that so you could just get a gist of the process. It's a quick five-point process where you fill out the job details, i.e. what you're good at, the price. We offer fits. You can go for daily, weekly, monthly packages, and the package bit is something that a lot of our sellers use. So you can select basic, standard, premium. So you can, this is 1 gig if you like, one service, but you can have different prices for the one service. For example, it might be a website with 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages at different price points. Category, description and tags, and the tags are really important for search, so choose them wisely. And at the side, if you see this flashing green box, it's usually giving you prompts and tips of what to do in order to produce a really good service. Next tab will be the buyer information. So you want to tell your buyer, you want to give your buyer as many instructions as possible in order to complete this job smoothly. So it's a website. If it's a website design, you want to be saying to the buyer, what's the name of the website, the content. Can you provide the content for the opening page, for the home page, for the about page, for the contact page, etc. You want to ensure you give as many detailed, relevant instructions to your seller buyer as possible in order for your service to go well, because you want good feedback at the end of the day, and we want you to do well. And FAQs are really good. So think like a buyer. What in terms of what they're looking for. If it's a website, and you might not be offering a domain name with that. Say so in the FAQ, we don't offer domain names, but we will offer this or that, etc. Make it very clear. Best services on HostRooster are very, very clear from the outset, so the buyers know what they're getting. That's very important. Be very, very clear. Okay, and of course shipping wouldn't be included. This is really for things like t-shirts and stuff, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Media is really important for all services. You want to include as many pictures as possible. A picture speaks 1,000 words, as people say, and it's right. Represent yourself in the best way possible, because everybody else is. Include text on the images. Make sure it's visible. It's not visible, but it represents you correctly. It's bright. It's interesting, and it's got the information that the buyer needs to see in order to convince themselves about buying your service. The extras, and I touched on that earlier in terms of a website design. If this were a website design, you might want to offer additional services like registration of a domain name for the buyer, and that might come at additional cost. This is where you can add that information in, and all the way to publish. This is where you publish your job. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. This will go to our review team, but before you publish a service, please ensure you verify your email address, because if you don't, we just cannot publish your service until you do that. So please do that. Okay, so there's a service button that we just came from. It's up here as well, and you also find it within your tab, post your services. All your services that are posted will appear under this button, and as I mentioned before, we have a tab on this page called Post a Job, where employers post their briefs. Yeah, so they'll post job details about what they need doing to receive custom offers from our freelancers. To see all of the current ones, which are posted daily, you go, as a seller, you'll go up to find jobs, and that will list all the current ones posted. At the moment, there's quite a few listed from HostRooster. And as I said, we if we need something, we'll post it within our own job search, and obtain offers and quotations from our freelancers before going outside, as I mentioned beforehand. So this is where you come as a seller to find any custom job requests that have been posted by buyers. Okay, so up here is your user tab. Very important once you're registered is to go into your public profile settings and fill out the relevant information there. You can add your social media accounts, two-factor authentication, and very most important, as I said, you want to get paid, right? So there's no point having all of the services and doing the work if you can't get paid. So from the onset, you want to fill out your PayPal and Pioneer email addresses, and bank information if you want to get paid via that route. I'm not too sure if we've opened up that gateway yet, but we certainly do accept bank transfers as a means of topping up accounts, if you're a buyer. But yeah, for freelancers, fill out your PayPal and Pioneer email addresses, and please ensure they're correct, because once payments are made, they're really retracted, and that is a lot of administration work. So please ensure that you fill out the right email address. Okay. This is your email notifications. There's lots of them, so we would recommend that as a seller or buyer, for that means you keep them ticked. We only send out relevant ones, and push notification settings are here. Okay, so going back to this tab, I've already covered this. You've got your post new services, all your services under there, and your sales will be listed on this page. So any sales pending orders, delivered orders, completed or cancelled orders. They all appear here. Okay. Yeah, going back to that tab there, and if we go down to jobs, again, as mentioned, primarily for buyers, this is where they post their briefs. Yeah, but we leave this here because sometimes our freelancers may not post jobs on the platform because they have businesses of their own. So it's open to you to do that. Okay. So going up back to this tab, you've got your favorite services that you may have ticked as a favorite down there. Subscriptions is something that we offer. As I mentioned earlier about the pecking order, these subscriptions allow you to jump over that hurdle, if you like, and move up to a business or professional package that enables relevant features that would ordinarily only be available to various levels that you attend on our pecking order system. Okay, so that's another way of doing it, and we have lifetime charges and subscription charges for each level that you can purchase. But that is purely that's not mandatory. That's just if you wanted to. Okay. Reviews and feedback from customers will appear under this tab, and help and support. If I click on that, it will redirect to our HostRooster user voice, where you can contact our support team and raise a ticket. But I tell you, the most easiest way to do that is just using this tab here, as mentioned earlier. This comes through to the same place. Okay. And we have the HostRooster community, which is a great place to liaise with other HostRoosters on our platform. I don't think I verified the email address for this account, so it's not going to automatically log me in, but it will log you in. Okay, and you can talk to other freelancers, ask for tips or tricks or information on how to get started. It's a great resource for that. So I'm just trying to click back to the main website. Okay. As I was making my way through some of these tabs, you may have noticed, for example, if I go back to orders, that there's the tabs actually appear here. So orders, sales, payments, private messages, settings, they all appear here as well as in here. So what we try to do is place the key links in two different places to make it easier for you to navigate. And I mean, they appear here as well. So just trying to make things easier for you. We have some tips on selling and buying, basically giving you an overview. Good place to look. And HostRooster guides as well, which is basically blogs about all things HostRooster, minimum pricing policy, which is currently set at free US per job. That will be the minimum you can set a gig or service for, and everything else in between that can be found here. Okay. And then we have various other tabs. For example, the project buttons can be found down here. View all project proposals, post or edit a job here, a service here, etc. And some other useful links to our payment process, payment terms, privacy policy, terms and conditions, intellectual property policy, and HostRooster affiliate program. Let's quickly look at that. So we have an affiliate program that enables you to recommend HostRooster to your friends and family and business colleagues and earn money. And it's pretty straightforward. Once you go across to our referral URL generator, you have your own personal link that is generated for you. And once anybody clicks on your personal link and comes back to HostRooster, you can earn income from that when they purchase a service on the platform. And the previous page that I was on shows the full information around how our HostRooster affiliate program policy and program works. Yeah, so I hope this was interactive and useful for you. Please drop some comments and suggestions in the relevant box, and we look forward to showing you more about HostRooster next time.